Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. So to finish up the night before the patch, I thought I would bring something a little bit more fun, and that I also obviously didn't see like any nerfs or buffs, etc. on the patch previews. So that means that this deck should still pretty much be the same after the patch. So this deck is a Gatalyst deck, and you're gonna hear me say Gatalyzer this whole video because I keep calling it Gatalyzer, thinking of like the Catalyzer from Darkness. But yeah, so Gatalyzer. So if you haven't Gatalyst, if you haven't seen what this equipment does, it actually makes it so that all your spells and skill deal 1 extra damage, right? So it's kind of like the Funsmith that said that you have it on our equipment, meaning that even if the unit that's attached to it like dies, you still get it back into your hand. And it also kind of nice because you can use it as a discard fodder for like get excited if you get too many of them, right? So the whole point with this deck is that you put Gatalyst on one of your units, and then you're able to have all your burn spells deal a lot more damage. With that said, we also kind of put like a fearsome plan. So it's kind of like a mix of like fearsome and burn, playing the Shadow Owl and PNC package. So let's first go through all our cards that have like a lot of burn, right? So we have Ballistic Bot, which is really nice because if you can play Ballistic Bot on 2 and then Gatalyst on 3, you can right away do an ignition that's doing 2 damage. And every turn after that, you're doing a 2 damage ignition. Bunkuroki is going to be dealing 3 Nexus damage if you're able to, attack with it while you have the Gatalyst in the field. Mystic Shot goes to 3. Despicable Horrors all of a sudden does 2 damage to the Nexus. Doom Beast is doing 3 as well as healing you 3, which then combined with Unto Dust means that you're able to do like a whole 6 damage while also healing 6 at the same time. Get Excited goes for 4. It doesn't affect the Salesman. The Salesman is still only dealing 1 to each of the Nexus because this is not a skill. But it's still nice to have this extra burn as well as extra blockers, right? So the whole reason that we play Salesman in this deck is just so that we're able to actually have blockers and not have to block with the units that have the Gatalyst attached to them. And then obviously Gwen. Gwen gets to drain 3 from the enemy Nexus with the Gatalyst on her or any unit that you have in the field. Usually Gwen is one of our best targets for the Gatalyst because she has 4 health, so she can survive a little bit longer. But then you also see that we can have some early units like Onlooker, right? So just push some fearsome damage because at the end of the day, we're just trying to push a lot of damage and just burn the opponent out. So that's why you have the Onlooker here, together with Fading Memories, letting you duplicate the Onlooker, letting you duplicate the Roki, or letting you duplicate the Doom Beast, which again, combined with the Catalyst, ends up adding a lot of damage and a lot of drain to the Nexus. Elise is kind of there similar to the Onlooker, just for some fearsome damage and some extra blockers that she can provide with her Spiderlings, and then 2 time tricks to be able to surge and be a little bit more consistent in getting to our win condition. This is purely like a burn aggro type of deck, but a really different style than what you're probably used to, so that's why I kind of like it. So hope you enjoyed the games coming up today. They were a lot of fun. This card is actually super fun, so I wonder if this archetype will actually be good enough to be competitive. I guess it might be very matchup dependent. So anyways, enjoy the games coming up soon, and I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. And remember, if you like our video and this content, please make sure to like this video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. See you in a bit. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Nasus Kindred. Let's see how this goes here. Bunkuroki, I think it's a little bit too slow. I think I'm losing for the Gatalyst or Ballistic Bar, right? Or both, preferably. Yeah, so this feels a little bit better. The concern here is going to be the fact that this thing can just die. So even if we put the Gatalyst on it, it has a good chance of just dying. Did too many things. This is gonna be interesting. Elise? Yeah, I like the Elise. I like the Elise because opponent doesn't have a blocker here. I think we just open attack with Elise, by the way. I guess you could play the Bunkuroki because opponent probably wants to play the 3-drop, right? They probably want to play the what's it called? Yeah, I think I'm gonna open. They probably want to play the Undying. So I'm gonna just develop instead. This is pushing an additional 3 damage if the opponent doesn't block it. I can't pretend that the opponent's, yeah, there we go. They always want to play the Undying here. So they're still gonna have the same amount of lack of blockers, right? We still attack. I guess opponent could have double haste spike, but that would be kind of crazy. And then next turn we have enough to do the Gatalyst into the Doom Beast, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's the haste spike. That's okay. Opponent still took 5 damage compared to what they were taking when we had the open attack. The concern here is gonna be Kindred, right? So Kindred will be able to kill the Rocky. So I guess what we can do is that we can play the Gatalyst first. Maybe we even go for double Gatalyst, to be honest. We can play the Gatalyst first. Okay, so opponent decided to do this equipment. I'm surprised, I guess because they need something to die, right? They need something to die for that. I'm taking the 7, right? We can just take in the 7. And I think I'm playing Ballistic.
Shall we, dear wolf? I'm ready, little lamb.
Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. Unfortunately, that means that this is gonna die, right? Actually, I even told myself to play around Kindred. Actually, I put this on the Rocky. Because now I'm gonna have to replay this, right? So that's my mistake. I think that just throws the game for us, by the way. I think we just threw the game by doing that. If we put the Gatalyst anywhere else, we have a better chance. If we put the Gatalyst anywhere else, we have a chance. Ha! Why did I forget about it? I tunnel vision so hard on putting the Gatalyst on the thing that I completely forgot about it. Like, completely forgot about it. We can't even attack with the Bunkuroki, by the way, because it just makes our Elise die. Oh, I guess now the opponent gives us the chance to do it. Right?
They will.
But if we do this, opponent levels up. And then they can reset. I'm gonna have to just take it slow like this, unfortunately. Kendra's gonna be a problem. We're gonna have to... We can never play the second Gatalyst, right? That's a little bit too greedy. Now we need to also play around Atrocity eventually. Opponent has access to the Undying next turn. We have to play Doombeast now so that we can heal up a little bit. I think we always have to play Doombeast right now. If the opponent has Black Spear, then I cry. So if opponent has exactly Black Spear, I guess Haste Spike doesn't do it because Haste Spike kills the Bakai first. So the Elise... Actually, the Elise will get tagged. No, yeah, the Elise gets tagged and then... So Haste Spike would have done it there. There's a lot of things that would have killed us there. This is going to be 8. Nasus.
All things see us on their periphery.
Nasus. So then we're losing to Atrocity. So the opponent's telling us you're going to lose to Atrocity. Ha. We have to burn. Right? So we have to burn. If we take 4, we're still going to be dying to Atrocity. There's no way for us to beat the Atrocity, is there? I guess there is with Unspeakable Horror. So if we go Unspeakable Horror, we can technically beat the Atrocity. Because that will... No, because no matter what, the Nasus is going to get bigger, right? No matter what, the Nasus is going to get bigger. So I think we just pretend that it's not real. What we can do, actually... So there is one way that we beat it. I think there is one way that we beat it. So hear me out. We can play double Get Excited here. Oh, well, that means that we're tapping out of... We're losing the Bunkuroki if we play double Get Excited. I was trying to think of like, okay, I was trying to think, okay, we keep... I was thinking we keep the Bunkuroki, right? Alive. But that doesn't work, right? Because opponent will always get access to the stuff here. Yeah, I guess I have to do both. I have to do both and just put them at 1 and just hope that we get another spell. So now we have to hope that we get another spell. So we have to get Mystic or a second Unspeakable. Otherwise we're losing to the Atrocity. I guess Get Excited also works because we have a discard fodder now. Just something that can deal damage. Gwen does it as well. Not Elise though. Not Elise. We have to just pass. We have to just pass. Maybe your opponent goes for the Atrocity now. We have to just pass, right? I already used 2 Get Excited. I'm gonna pretend that the last Get Excited is not real. By playing the Gatalyst now, it means that we can play around a Battle Feast. So I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This lets me play around Battle Feast, right? Opponent has to have Rider Negation. Ooh, they're still an out. So they're still an out, which is Mystic, right? So they're still an out of the Mystic. Ugh. I can't believe I'm... Oh man, if I didn't mess up, like that 1 damage that we lost by losing... That 1 damage that we lost. We lose to Atrocity, we lose to second Rider Negation. The 1 damage that we lost, right? Just completely changed everything. Oh, we got there. That 1 damage that we lost from putting the weapon, the equipment on the ballistic butt though was such a big mistake. I don't know why I tunnel vision in that, but we still got there. GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Karma Viktor, and this is going to be horrible for us. Because the opponent's going to have access to like removal, right? They're going to have access to deny, etc, etc, etc. I like keeping both the Elise and the Roki though, because it means we can potentially present like a very aggressive front early on. We can wait for our burn later on anyways. Yeah, okay, alright. That's fine, right? It means that the opponent is spending mana summoning this blocker every turn. We're still pushing 3 here, which is better than nothing. If opponent has Eye of the Dragon, that's when things can get a little bit scary. So hopefully they don't. But I'm pretty sure they have access to Mystics, right? Usually they play triple Mystic.
You won't suffer long.
So what are we looking for to make this game actually go in our favor? Don't think the Gatalyst actually matters that much. I think we just need to go wide. So I like going like this. I like going like this. Maybe opponent gets greedy and plays the Shaman Win as well, and then they only have 4 mana for next turn. They do. Okay, so now they only have 4 mana for next turn, right? Which is great for us because it lets us go super wide. We can play Rookie and Onlooker. Maybe opponent decides to actually not attack with this and keep this back as a blocker. This might be a good proposition for them. Imagine if we had a second Elise. We did mulligan 2 other Elise away. We could actually level up Elise this turn. Actually, not true, because the cast died at the end of the turn. Never mind. Never mind. We could actually play double Onlooker, by the way. So we can go Roki, Onlooker, Onlooker, and opponent's gonna have to have double Mystic. I guess they could have one concussive pawn. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. That's a little bit annoying.
I don't do meditation.
That's a little bit annoying because it means that I cannot attack with anything that can keep that guy alive, right? So I cannot attack with anything that can keep this guy alive. So I cannot attack with the Roki. So I think we go like this. I guess no matter what, if we attack with Elise, he's gonna stay alive, right? So I think we just attack with everything. And if the opponent actually puts damage on it, we can always Unspeakable Horror it. Opponent should just kill this. Yeah, that makes sense. But this is forcing them to have to sacrifice mostly all their units. And they still go down to 7. We're gonna have to just hope that we can I mean, do we just block with the spider lane? Do we just block? Because Gwen Elise have like a twin, right? They go to 11. I wonder if they're gonna so if they go for like a twin here, I think I'm willing to unspeakable horror my own spider. Otherwise, I think I'm fine with them going to 11. I think I'm fine with them going to 11, right? It's still gonna be a lot that the opponent has to deal with. I don't think it's the Gatalyst. I like the Doom Beast. I like the Doom Beast a lot. It's another attacker that the opponent has to deal with. And obviously we have the Unto Dust to present the damage. The Gatalyst might be a little bit too early. So, yeah, so I like the Doom Beast because it's another attacker. Opponent's gonna Aftershock the Elise. Opponent's down to 6 mana. Opponent's down to 6 mana. So we can play here, play a Doom Beast. That's pushing 2 and another attacker. Unto Dust gets me another 2 damage. So this is gonna be 3 mana, 5 mana, 7 mana. We can have the Unspeakable Horror as a backup, but I think I always want to play the Ballistic Bot, right? So I think we go like this. This also kind of gives me the chance to pivot into the Onlooker, depending on what the opponent does. But I have a hunch that they're going to have something that allows them to block our fearsome attackers, right? So I think I like this. I think I like the idea of going like this. This buffs this up by 1. This also pushes 2 damage. And even if the opponent has a stun, it's not a big deal. And we have another 2 damage with the Unto Dust. And then we have 1 and 1. It's going to be 4 that we have in hand. Okay. Yeah, that's the stun like we had talked about. We can also actually do the Unto Dust on the Onlooker, but it loses to a Mystic Shot. So I don't like the idea of that. If opponent goes like this, I'm okay with that, right? Yeah, because they have the Shaman Win. Yeah, they have the Shaman Win, so they're always blocking there. So I guess we just go Unto Dusk on the Doom Beast, right? We can let this go because we have a second one here. That's still pushing it down to 4, and we have the Ballistic Bot enable. Oh, we get the burn. So we get the burn as well, so that's pretty nice. Because we can go Ignition first. Oh, we have Gwen? Okay, okay. They need to dig. They need to dig. And they cannot tap out of a couple things, right? They cannot tap out of the health pot. I can't let... If they get to turn... If they get to turn though, that's a problem. So I need to be careful of that. I wonder if I'm supposed to Gwen right now, right? I think I am. I think I am. Just have 2 attackers. Force the opponent to do something else here. Okay. I think we go here. This puts them at 2, which means that the Gwen attack and also our units attacking is enough for lethal. So now opponent is at 8 HP, and they're gonna have to deal with something. We're gonna keep this as a discard fodder. I don't think we have time to actually use it because it's 6 mana. It's too expensive. Because what I want to do here is that now this is forcing the opponent to have to... They have to deal with 2 attackers, and they also have to deal with the Gwen skill. And once they tap out of stuff, we can always get excited. Because the Gwen skill doesn't get cancelled, even if the opponent recalls our Gwen right here. And then we get excited, and we win the game. Boom. GG's. That's why the moment that the opponent played that Karma, that's why we played the Unspeakable Horror to the face, because the opponent wouldn't have had a chance to do anything else for us. So, yep. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Pirate Aggro. They might be a little bit too fast for like our gameplay, what our game plan wants to be, but we do have a lot of healing, like by Gwen, Doom Beast, Unspeakable Horror, etc. That we might be okay. The Bunker Rook is actually not a bad blocker, right? I wonder if I should keep this whole hand, because the Bunkuroki is actually not a bad blocker into most of the things that the opponent wants to do. Elise is probably better now, right? Because Elise is just as good as Doom as the Bunkuroki, except that he also gives me like another blocker. So yeah, Elise is probably better. Unfortunately, we don't have a... I guess we can go Bunkuroki into Unspeakable Horror next turn, and that should be okay. Yeah, so, ooh, okay, so make it rain, 1 Mariah, and 1 Warden. So Elise is so good here because opponent's gonna have to just... I guess they could have Misfortune. So they could have Misfortune here. That's not a Misfortune. So we can go to Bunkuroki, and they will have access to Unspeakable Horror. Let's go here. Even if the opponent has Fervor, I'd rather just eat the Fervor now, because this is 1 extra damage, right? So at least this way, we don't have to worry about Fervor. My concern is that the, So my concern is that I don't think I can play Gwen, right? Because if I play Gwen, I'm losing to Riptide Sermon. So I think we're just attacking and just getting the Elise. We also lose to Twisted Fate. I think we just go ahead and attack. Push this damage. If the opponent doesn't want to block, we take 6. Twisted Fate could be annoying. Okay, not a Twisted Fate, so that's better than what I thought. We still keep ourselves 2 blockers, right? Until the opponent gets Twisted Fate this turn. We can go ahead and do... We can go Bunkuroki, Shade Stalker, and then... I guess maybe we want to have Salesman next turn. Maybe we want to have Salesman next turn. Maybe we actually go Gwen here this turn. Because the opponent tapped out a Sermon and they won't have Sermon next turn, right? So I think we go Gwen here. We can go Salesman next turn. And just have blockers.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
Is that the best way to do it? I think it is. This gives me a wide enough blockers. Ah, okay. Until the opponent gets Misfortune anyways. Okay, I guess that's okay, right? I guess that's okay. We still go ahead and kill this one. We can still go here, here. And I'm gonna go here. I'd rather keep the Elise. I think I want to actually keep the Elise. So I think I'd rather keep the Elise. I'm gonna go for the Elusive. So I'm gonna go for the Elusive here first. Because we could potentially just burn the opponent down. Opponent does have access to the Sermon next turn. So I do have to attack with everything. I guess keeping the Elise doesn't really make sense though, right? Like, keeping the Elise doesn't really make sense. Here we're dealing 4. Yeah, because if opponent blocks with Misfortune, they die to a second Unspeakable Horror. So we gotta pretend that we're gonna get it, I think.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I think we have to pretend that we're gonna get it. If the opponent, yeah, the opponent doesn't block, they also get punished here. Doesn't look like we have the Unspeakable Horror. We can go into it, right? We can go the Time Trick and try to find it. When it's at 6, this is already 4 in my hand, and this is the last 6 that I need. So I just need to survive long enough. The problem is not having a way to trigger the Doom Beast right now. How do I trigger the Doom Beast here? Oh, that's huge. That's fine, right? I think that's fine. Because we have a blocker and there's the Unspeakable Horror. We could also just go Gatalyst. I like the Unspeakable Horror. I like the Unspeakable Horror. Maybe we actually save it for next turn. Rocky. So, if the opponent open attacks... Now, let's go for it. Because opponent could easily have the Sandworm Amulet, and that could be a problem. Although the opponent's probably going to put the Amulet on the Slippery Wave Rider. Right? So opponent's going to put the Amulet on the Slippery Wave Rider, but if they do that, we can actually go Wind and Light now. We have our burn. Oh, wow. Okay, well, yeah, we have our burn. So we don't care anymore, right? We just win. I guess we can go here. But then we're losing to Twisted Fate or Make It Rain. But if we go here, we're not vulnerable to make it rain. We're still at 11. I think we just go like this. The opponent could have the Iron Akaboros, but I kind of want them to do that. I kind of want them to go Iron Akaboros here first. They don't go for it. Do we just chill? I guess we can go Onlooker and then go Doombeast. Because we have access to the Fading Memories. Yep, that's the Sirturmund, and they lose the game anyways, because the moment that this attack, that's gonna be 2. We have the other 4 right here. We can even just open up with another Doombeast, and that should be lethal. Alright, we just burn them down now. I like the open attack. Let's let the Boom Kuroki get the attack. We have the Fading Memories to back it off, and there we go. Because the opponent cannot stop that, right? By open attacking first, you know, we prevent the opponent from being able to kill that, although they have no way to deal with the Doombeast, so either way it was lethal, so GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Viego Evelynn. Do we have enough burn to like really just run them down? I think we do. I think I'm gonna more aggressively mulligan for Gatalyst. I was hoping I could get a Ballistic Bot, right? Usually Ballistic Bot with the Gatalyst is the curve that you're looking for. Because you can play Ballistic on 2, play Catalyst on 3, and then right away do the Ignition. It also works really well with having Doombeast because it's a cheap way to trigger Nightfall. Unfortunately, we don't get there. We also don't have Elise, or we also don't have Gwen. Other two, which are both other good targets for the Catalyst. Ooh, okay. Not great, not great. What can I do here? This hand is really awkward. But I think the hand that we had before was also very awkward. That's the only problem with this deck, that you can kind of get some very awkward hands. If you don't get your combo pieces in like the right order, then it becomes like problematic. So, oh, okay. We get the Gwen at least. I guess we'll go Onlooker. We'll go Onlooker right now. This is gonna force out a Haste Spike. So this is gonna force out a Haste Spike, which gets punished by the Mystic Shot. I guess we could have gone Fading Memories, to be honest. It would have been an additional 4 damage, which is more than what we get for the Doombeast later on. But then that means that we can't go for the Gatalyst this turn, so maybe it's actually correct to go here. Yeah, maybe it's actually correct to go here, Gatalyst, and then... Now, if we block this right now, the opponent gets access to Fury. But the Evelynn still gonna be back to 0 next time, so the opponent's gonna have to like trigger the Evelynn. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this, right? The opponent's gonna have to enable the Evelynn by sacrificing their Husk before she actually gets to block. And even if they do that, they could potentially just die to the Mystic. So I'm just gonna push this damage here. This is draining 3. Okay, that's amazing for me. So this is good as a blocker for next time. The opponent could have Viego here. Oh, Black Spear? Ah, come on. That's not fair. I guess we're gonna go Elise. And we're gonna put the Catalyst on the Elise. At this point, I'm trying to burn them down. We have the Doombeast, so we can go Salesman next turn and then Doombeast. I guess we don't have to play the Gatalyst right now, to be honest. We can wait until afterwards, after next time, I mean. But I mean, the opponent just did it this way, so I guess we should. I don't think there's a punish to this anymore. Just in case that the opponent is able to kill this Evelynn, this Elise, sorry. That Fearsome could be annoying. Opponent didn't have Viego. This is a lot of burn. This is 4, 7, 10. Wow, really? I think I'm okay with this. think I'm okay with this because opponent didn't push any damage because the Evelynn was at 2 HP. The Evelynn only obviously needs to have full value for that to actually matter. Needs to kill the husk. Sorry. I guess what the opponent could do here is like a vengeance to stop the Elise from having value from the Gatalyst. That would be my guess. But then we can just replay the Gatalyst on the Salesman, so maybe we actually don't do anything here. Atrocity is the only thing I need to worry about, but we're going to be healing so much with the Doom Beast drain that I don't think that's going to be a problem. Like, if the opponent taps out a Vengeance here, if they had a second Black Spear, I feel like they would have done it last turn, where we committed the Gatalyst on the Elise. So I'm going to assume they don't. I think they didn't expect us not to block. I think they expected us to block, but when we have the Gatalyst on one of our units, there was no reason for us to put any damage on it. And, like, lose to, like, a random battle freeze. Glimpse, okay. So we go for the Doom Beast. If the opponent gets access to a Black Spear, then, you know, it is what it is. But this is still dealing 3 damage. Because then opponent's going to be at 8 after this turn is over. Oh, Haste Spike plus Bio. Okay, okay. I mean, that's fine. I mean, we're still pushing, I guess, just 1 because the Battle Feast does heal them 1. Oh, they get the elusive. Okay, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Because then now the opponent gets like a Hydra Bind. Could be really punishing. I think we go here. I think we go here. Opponent could have a second Haste Spike to kill this. But I think I have to go ahead and go for the Unto Dust. I mean, sorry, for the copy of the Doom Beast right now. That will get the opponent to 7, and then this will be enough for 7. We have, if we go here, we're gonna have 8 plus 1. We're gonna have 9 mana, which is enough for Get Excited, Mystic, and Unto Dust. Opponent's gonna have to have exactly another Haste Spike for me to be in trouble. But even then, this is gonna be 5. Actually, yeah, we're 1 off. If the opponent has a Haste Spike, we're 1 off. Another Battle Feast. Yeah, Haste Spike puts us 1 off. The elusive is really problematic. Opponent's trying to figure out what's the best way it is to approach this, and there's the Haste Spike. Do we have to actually Mystic this now? Because I'm very scared that the opponent can just play like a Hydra Band here. And then just with the elusive, like, we lose to the elusive next turn. We lose to the elusives next turn because opponent's gonna be able to give elusive to the... I think I have to Mystic this. I think I have to Mystic this, but then I feel like we still lose anyways. I think I have to Mystic this. I need to keep this Gatalyst on the field. I might have to block with this guy next turn though, but I feel like we're always losing to another... We're losing to an Atrocity regardless. Because the opponent's going to push a lot of damage. But if the opponent doesn't commit a unit right now, we might be okay for next turn. We can also just go ahead and go the Unto Dust this turn, now that the opponent stopped us from being able to do the Fading Memories. If the opponent lets us develop, maybe the best place is actually to Fading Memories the Salesman. And that was, yeah, because this is getting us to 15. Okay, so now we have double Get Excited. Third Haste Spike or Black Spear? Black Spear? Okay, so they're just trying to go for the lethal. Oh, we should have Fading Memories, by the way. We should have 100% Fading Memories, so that's my mistake. Opponent's still dying, though, to the double Get Excited with the Gatalyst. The problem is that we're 1 mana short. So we're 1 mana short from letting that happen.
Don't waste my time.
And the opponent could just have the lethal right here. By playing elusives, right? Yeah. So they have Challenger and elusives. So this is gonna be 13. Wow, 13, and that's gonna be another. Yeah, that's enough. Ah, that's so unlucky. Maybe we had... If I knew I was going to top deck that Get Excited, maybe what we need to do was Unto Dust first, instead of the Mystic on the Haste Spike. That would have let us see what we're going to draw. And if we knew we were going to draw the Get Excited, we would have done the Mystic on the opponent's face, right? Ooh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, because there's no way for us to survive this anymore. So that was just like misplay on my part. Should have Unto Dust first, see what I draw. Once I saw that I got to Get Excited, I wouldn't have needed anything else, right? This is 8-13. Yeah, that's enough, because there's no way for us to kill the rest of their units. So, GG's. That's unfortunate though. Double Black Spear, Evelynn spell, double Haste Spike, Battle Feast. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Nami, Twisted Fate, but the opponent's playing Shadow Owls instead of Ionia. Okay, opponent is a Brave Soul. I think we're gonna just hard mulligan for a Gatalyst. We get the Ballistic Bot, which not amazing, but also not bad. We can play Ballistic Bot, then Onlooker and Bunkuroki on turn 3. Opponent probably wants to play for the double trouble turn, which could potentially tapping out of stuff. Now, opponent should be playing... Quietus, right? So, opponent should be playing Quietus. As much as I like the Gatalyst, I think it's too easy for us to die to the Quietus. So, I think I'm gonna have to go for the go wide strategy instead. See if the opponent actually goes for the Battle Feast here. So, I'm gonna play the Roki Fool. Come on! Alright, I guess we're not doing anything anymore. If it was anything else, maybe, but I shouldn't do anything there. Probably shouldn't do anything there. Battle Feast? So is the opponent playing for what are they playing for here? Why did we go the Salesman? Just in case they had like a Twisted Fate and they wanted to do Gold Card, we just eat up the Gold Card here instead. Yeah, there's Twisted Fate. They go for Red Card instead, which I'm chilling. I think we go ahead and just do this. I know this is gonna die very easily to like almost anything, but we can at least get a 2 damage ignition here. So yeah, they kind of telegraphed that Twisted Fate earlier. Do we even care? I don't think I care. I think I'd rather keep this as a blocker for later on. No Haste Spike. So no Haste Spike. So the opponent has shown us no Haste Spike so far. I'm never playing Elise and second Gatalyst, right? I'm always doing the ignition first. I'm gonna just play Elise into Bunkuroki. Go from there. Opponent could have access to Riptide Sirturmund. Yeah, there we go. Which is a little bit annoying now because it means that we cannot actually attack with the Elise. It means that we cannot attack with the Elise. What I could do... Do I even need the Gatalyst right now? The Gatalyst right now? I don't think we do. I think we go Elise, and then we actually go Onlooker, right? And I think I tell the opponent, which one do you want to block? Do you want to block the 4 here, or do you want to block the 2 here? Right? Yeah, I think that's correct. I think we give the opponent the choice. If they take the 4, it's actually better for us, right? Which means that we deal an extra 2 damage. Okay. I'm chilling with that. I am chilling with that. This is going to be 4 plus 3 is going to be 7. This is going to be 2. So the opponent's almost there. We got our lethal damage now, potentially. But we have to keep a lot of mana. But we have to keep a lot of mana, right? Okay, they get the Shelly. They get the Shelly. That's a little bit unfortunate. But that's why we kept these blockers behind. So that we could deal with the Shelly. That's what you're doing? Do they have any ways to kill us here? I think we just skip. I think we actually just skipped, by the way. Oh, they got the Quietus. They finally got the Quietus. But they decided to go for the... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They finally got the Quietus. I mean, we were playing as if they didn't have Quietus for a while. So I'm not too surprised. 3, 6, 9, 11. So technically we beat a Battle Feast, which the opponent really committed one of earlier. I think we just go like this. I think we just go like this and pretend that the opponent is not gonna get another, not gonna have 2 Battle Feasts. They already played 1 Battle Feast earlier. They're not playing Ionia. They have Gohar. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna go here. That allows me to play Mystic. Yeah, that allows me to play Mystic for 3 mana. For 3 damage, and now the opponent is down to 5. Which means that the double get excited still gets us there, even if the opponent has 1 Battle Feast. So even if the opponent has 1 Battle Feast, double get excited still gets us there. Which I think I'm cool with. They had to spend a Vengeance there. And here we go. We knew we were gonna get the equipment back, right? So that's why I didn't care about doing it that way. And now we beat a Battle Feast. Let's see, opponent. What are you waiting for? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think it was correct to play the Gatalyst, right? That way we have that 3 mana, that 3 damage Mystic shot to just be able to assure that we can beat at least 1 heal. So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going up against Taric Poppy. Their challengers are a big issue, right? Because their challengers mean that... Wow, this hand is actually kind of crazy, though. Anyways, their challenger means... I think I'm going to actually keep the heavy board. What I'm trying to get at is that the challengers actually mean that we cannot... Like, the Gatalyst becomes really dangerous, right? The reason I want to keep the Onlooker is because the opponent doesn't have a lot of fearsome blockers. So these Onlookers are going to push a lot of damage and then stay in the field as blockers. My concern is if we don't have something that can activate him on turn 3. Alright, so we can play Elise here on turn 2, but then we don't have any way to trigger our Onlookers on turn 3. I guess we technically have the Fading Memories now. So we technically have the Fading Memories now. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and play the Elise. I think I'll go ahead and play the Elise, and if they'll, it gives the opponent a fearsome blocker. I guess we can also just play Onlooker. Yeah, why don't we just play one Onlooker instead? That way opponent cannot actually attack. Because their Fleet Feather will die anyways. Alright. Yeah, their Fleet Feather dies anyways, right? If they attack there. And now we can go... Do I like the Elise? I think I like the Elise. I think I like the Elise over going double Onlooker. He also gets me access to the Crawling Sensation. Yeah, there we go. Opponent might have Sharp Sight. I guess is what they're playing for. Or Pale Cascade, right? Pale Cascade or Sharp Sight. They can block here, but I mean... Whoa! What? What? They have Poppy then, right? So they have Poppy here. So they have the Poppy. Oh, the Taric? Wait, what? Really? Gwen? Let's just play Gwen, right? So they're gonna just try to kill the Spiderling? Elise? Okay, so they killed the Elise. This is the only thing that you can kill now is the Spiderling. Is it ever worth it to do the Crawling Sensation since the opponent is killing stuff here? It's tough, right? They don't have a lot of things to do unless they have exactly Pale Cascade. Rangers Result doesn't do it. You're already giving it tough. You were already giving it tough. Why give it tough again? Did opponent forget about what Taric does? Opponent forgot what Taric does. I like the Elise into the Onlooker. So we have enough mana to play Elise here.
Come closer. I don't.
Play a second Onlooker. I have to be careful about the rally. Okay, opponent doesn't have the rally, so we go here. And then we can put the Gatalyst on this little spiderling. So I want to put this Gatalyst on the little spiderling so that we don't have to worry about the opponent like doing anything else. Opponent only has one fearsome blocker. So we're dealing sits here, right? If the opponent doesn't block these fearsome guys, we're dealing sits. So why do we actually put the Gatalyst on the Gwen? If the opponent tries to kill the Gwen with the Taric, and they go down to 5, then they lose to the double get excited anyways, right? So we go like this. We don't need to attack with everything, to be honest. This is dealing 3. If the opponent blocks with Taric here, they're taking 6 here, and they go to 1, and then they get excited, kills them. That's why I wanted to keep my fearsome curve, because the opponent literally has no way to deal with the fearsome units. Because all their units tend to have just 2 attack until they have the Poppy on the field. Only Taric is like the only fearsome unit, as well as the Sojourners. So, yeah, you still lose to the get excited, right? I would actually like them to kill my Gwen, because it gives me a discard fodder for the second get excited. Because technically, there is a world here where the opponent has exactly Guiding Touch into Rally, right? There is a world where the opponent has exactly Guiding Touch into Rally. That could be really problematic for us. Okay, they tapped out of it. So they tapped out of it, so we can just chill. Alright. And GG's. I just needed to wait. And that does it. So, whew. This deck can feel really good sometimes when you just like when you get all the key pieces, it just feels amazing. So, hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoy those games. We have some pretty close ones here. I feel like with this deck, every game is like super close and just coming to like a clutch top deck, or just making sure that you like sequence your stuff properly. Really fun. Just being able to beat people up with like 4 damage get excited, so 3 damage mystic shots, etc. Intense or mulligan, it's gonna be a little bit match dependent, right? So I feel like, as you saw against the Karma Viktor deck, because we knew that the opponent doesn't have a lot of fearsome blocker, I kind of went with a more fearsome route where we have Onlookers at least. But if you know that the opponent has a lot of fearsome blockers, then you probably want to go more like a burn approach and just kind of play for the Gatalyst. If I see one Gatalyst in my hand and I really have a good enough early curve, I'll keep it. But it can be a little bit risky, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to get 2 of these in your hand. Most of the times you never have the time to actually play 2 of these and have like 5 mana get excited, so 5 damage get excited, 4 damage drains. Usually that's a little bit too greedy. At most you're only playing 1, but that's usually enough to kind of get us where we need to be. So usually you want to have 2 of these. So I don't recommend keeping it too much unless you really have like a ballistic bot, or you have already other burn in your hand to kind of take advantage of it. Otherwise, you want to get this right to kind of synergize with Gwen or other units like that. But again, it's matchup dependent. You can play some of your healing cards against like Pirate Aggro. But at first, you want to just kind of go for like an early curve and kind of go from there. You want to just mulligan all your spells, to be honest. I think the spells are the stuff that you can just send back and get later into the game. But anyways, I made a mess of that mulligan recommendation, but you kind of get the idea. Just watch the games again and see how I mulligan depending on the matchup. If you like this content and this deck and video, please make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Twitch Sirturmund. We will stream 2 to 3 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for patch notes. Woo! Yeah.